It's Madden NFL 23. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Saints and the Niners, and it's coming up next.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014. As you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offense comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. San Francisco ready for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
Oftentimes when you see a running back bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Nifty move, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards, and that was in just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this out to the 35-yard line. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish a running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got to be twixt in between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
That play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Garoppolo now. Open man is Dwan Jennings. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On 4th down, the Niners try out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Saints with a long field ahead. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler and owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. For Nick Bosa, so quick on the outside. He gets in there, bring him down.
They snapped the ball backed up inside their own 10. Now they're backed up even further. They can thank their coverage for that. They called a zone, and they were aggressive enough to deny an early window, and it gave their rushers a chance to get to the pocket.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Dalton. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. So Dalton now. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Passing. It's Dalton. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Dalton. He's going to look deep down the field. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. He got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Gilligan on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McLeod. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Just what you want on a first down run. Called 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Dalton now to pass. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he's talking to us about having anticipation and making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He'll get this to... And he coughed it up! And this is picked up. Now Davis fumbles it. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to them.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy in the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're on to something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And it's caught by Jennings. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. score after one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This could push to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Garoppolo again. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. On play action, now Garoppolo. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson and Deebo. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last ride. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 in the 1st down. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now for the 24. Here's Dalton. Airing it out deep for Smith. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that moved the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot. The lob corners see their job. It's simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw here, Dalton. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Dalton. And that is incomplete here. Just the intended target. And now it's second down. Passing, it's Dalton. And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So Dalton now. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
There's actually 0 pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Kamara. No gain on a play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Dalton. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Jarvis Landry who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. That is up across the 25 and down at the 28. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. But you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. That whistle's here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start. Offense.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one return to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 3 yards all they can muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded at the 33. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Saints will take over with 1st down and 10. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Dalton off play action. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Hassan Ridgeway coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Dalton under pressure. They got him again. The hard-hitting safety Jimmy Ward picking up the sack that time.
So, Brendan, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
back-to-back sacks have this place a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Dalton now to pass. And he's got the hook up to Landry. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Here's McLeod on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there for us in incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. They're lead drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Back out on the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And with still more than a minute to go in a half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Dalton. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Garoppolo on 1st down. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. No gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. So we've reached halftime with just a lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick from the 6. The Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He completes it to Olave. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy is covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Complete. Smith has it. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Kamara up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And Dalton to throw. The pass caught by Olave. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Dalton. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They look to throw on 3rd, but Dalton. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
It's because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Here's Dalton. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And the stop will come inside 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. This will be Dalton again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Passing, it's Dalton. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Dre Greenwald going home.
This is a more confusing because I don't see after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
The goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if we can get something going here on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. And now another one thrown incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Guys, ready to get it on. Let's go get it now. Let's ride out.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Gets past one man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. The running game fully in sync. 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
First and 10 for Dalton. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll only get this at 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They certainly got dented with that 1st down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in playbook for another time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Let's go get it. Let's go, fellas. It's showtime, baby. Hey, what we got?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Dalton here from the gun. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. A give. This is Kamara. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They just decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing, Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Lutz to try to add the BAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here's McLeod from his end zone.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout.
His defense has passed his first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. There's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they try to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The Niners on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a pretty good drive start right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Running with Kamara. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down 2nd and right at a yard.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
On 2nd and 1, Dalton. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints take advantage of the field position on a turnover to cash in for 6. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know Just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Play action. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory in the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game, facing a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Back to throw here.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, he shifts past him. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picked up 3 on that carry.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43. 112 yards rushing now for Kamara, and it's a 1st down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's having a big game running football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On the ground, this is Canara. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. To throw here, Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 of the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Dalton now to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a player, that means an awful lot.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is a successful one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? Put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making a play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, see, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And he's the epitome of what we call a move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain for that time as the drive continues.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So at 49er football here as we get your reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Garoppolo now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's got a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Garoppolo again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why'd you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Kamara try the right side, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.